What's up, bud?
What's up, my man?
Good, man. How you been?
All good, man. Can't complain. Staying
Great to
busy,
see
bro. How
you.
you doing, man? Likewise.
Really good, man. Really good. We at work right now?
Yeah. I got summer workouts with the boys. So yeah, man. We grind for 3 weeks. Give them the Fourth of July week off, and then we got these last 3 weeks right now. And then we get going helmets for fall camp. Next not next week, the following week. So it's a grind, bro. It's nonstop, man.
I know, man. This summertime, I remember these practices are killer, man. But
Yeah.
hey, this I remember specifically like these days that those 2 days you start throwing up those first couple of days you're there. That first week, you're like, man. But as soon as you get past that first week,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely, man. You
golden. You
get
feel good.
acclimated, man, with the helmets and the heat and everything like that. But yeah, once we get going, man, we're looking good.
Good, man. Good to hear, man. How you been? You still playing a little or no?
Ah, man, I'm ever since I tore my ACL in 2022, it was a little struggle getting back. Started playing again, and then just I'm so involved in the coaching that I kind of just invested too much time into doing that. And I play every now and then, but I partially retore my ACL. So I
Ah,
just, yeah, I just, it's tough to finally kind of admit, I guess, like I'm a has been at this point. Like, I'm a little
nah, don't
washed. So
say
it's like,
that.
it's a part of me is like, man, I get the urge to go back. Like, I'm
The
playing this weekend with
competitor
the
in us,
girls.
man, for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. Like, I'm gonna play this
Yeah.
weekend with the girls in those playground formats where I get to throw to them. And,
Hell
at
yeah.
this point, I just want to be involved with the youth as much as possible. But yeah, if, every chance I get to just be with the guys and go out there and play, I try, but not as much.
Yeah, man. How old are you now?
I'll be 35 in October, man. So I'll,
Yeah.
I'll be eligible for 35 and older, though. So I'm a little
Very
excited for
soon,
that.
very soon.
Yeah.
Damn, it's so crazy, man. I was talking to damn, it's so crazy. Because I've been through like it's weird because I started really young. So when I played, I was playing with these guys that were like, man, I mean, Rick and these guys were older than me by
Yeah,
almost like
man.
they were like 8 years. So imagine like I played through their generation of the older guys, and I went through like the one people more closer to my age. I'm
Yeah.
42 now. And then through your gap and even the younger guys. So it's like,
Yeah.
damn, I went through like 3 or 4 generations, man. So
Like
it's
you see
crazy because you
Cascudo's
were
kids
around for a
now and
while.
there. Yeah. And then
What's
like I
that?
said, you see Cascudo's kids now and there, like Georgie, they're killing it, man. And it's
Oh,
like it's the same.
yeah,
I feel you, man. You see all these guys, and you're like, man, you guys were little jits, and now you're the big
literally, man.
timers in this game. Yeah.
That's really cool to see too, man. Like, dude, I remember Georgie,
The
man, just
evolution
watching
of
him
it.
come all
Yeah.
the time to come watch us play. And dude, to see him now playing is it's sick, man. It's like it's surreal,
Full
man. And
circle.
then to watch George play
Yeah.
with them, it's even better. Like
Oh
it's pretty
yeah.
cool for him. I gotta be
Absolutely.
cool, brother. Man, I don't want to, brother. I'm gonna get to it. I don't want to eat up too much of your time. I know you're in the middle of work and stuff,
You're
so
good,
I'll tell
man.
you real quick. I'm already recording, so what we're gonna do is just we'll make a conversation honestly, and then I'll have some specific questions that I'll ask you that we'll chop up. What we're doing, I don't know. I don't remember if I had mentioned. So, man, I stumbled. I met some people that were writers, and they do these types of things. That work on music. They work on the production side of things with a lot of different things, and they were currently working on a tackle football side of things. They were working on folks that are guys from Florida specifically. They're going to move on to different states later, but right now they were working on people that were they did like Pop Warner. They played high school ball here and college, and then they went on to the NFL. So they're kind of working on that side of things. And then I was like, man, that's pretty cool. And then I was like, man, I've always thought about doing something for flag football. He's like, oh, what's flag football? And then I started telling him the stories of what's happening. He's just blown away by
Oh
like how much
yeah.
stories there is in the movement. So they reached back out to me a couple weeks later and I was like, hey man, would you like to do something and help us produce? I was like, hell yeah, like
Yeah,
let's
bro.
work
That's
on it. Let's
awesome.
do it. Yeah. So I want to highlight. So one of the things is, right now we're in the pitch process. We're gonna meet with some of the investors that they've met with and they know and myself. We're gonna pitch them the series. And one of the things that I want to do is focus on, places like you, man, like focus on high school. Because the whole thing is like to tell the story right now. It's one of the things we're gonna focus on is the story to the Olympics. So it's like how are people working to get to the Olympics? So there's like the leagues, then there's high schools, and then now there's going to be college, right? It's
Hmm.
collegiate stuff. So it's telling that whole story, but also the stories outside of the X's and O's too. Like the
Absolutely. Yeah.
sacrifices, all the stuff that I'm going to ask you about now is like so all those little things that I believe should be known, not just
Yeah.
hey, here's them winning a gold medal or winning the national
Correct.
championship, whatever it is. Like let's talk about how exciting this whole community is. So I
Yep.
appreciate you joining, man, because you're a huge part of it. Obviously, you played, you're a coach, and you're playing a huge role right now with the future people. So what
Thank you,
better
man.
piece to have in, man? So thanks for coming on, bro. I really appreciate that.
Appreciate you,
Seriously, I
man.
really mean
Yep.
it. Yeah, man.
Thank
Yeah. Kev, so brother, if you can, real quick, is for about 30, 40 seconds, just kind of give me a little bio view, like who you are, your name, what you've done as a player, what you're doing as a coach, and what you're setting up to do. So just briefly give me that so I could chop it up.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, my name is Kevin Mujica. Born and raised in Hialeah. Started playing the game of flag at the age of 4, just at the parks. Eventually, played optimist football, played tackle football. Had an opportunity to play college football at a Division 3 in Chicago. And then as soon as I moved back down, I started coaching at my prior high school, coaching football with my staff. And that's when I kind of got back into the game of playing flag at the adult level. Got to play with a lot of great minds that kind of showed me the way that got me to where I'm at right now. And through that, I had the opportunity to play with the men's national team in 2021. I got a call as an alternate 3 days before they flew out to Israel
Nice.
and told me, "Hey, look, you got to get on. It's now or never." And I talked to my principal here at the high school. And I said, "Hey, look, I got this opportunity." I jumped on it right away. Probably one of the greatest experiences I had to just leave the country and experience Israel, and then on top of that, just you know be alongside with the best athletes, in the U.S. and along with all the national players. So I had the opportunity to do that. I won a gold medal with them. Continued playing the game, and then started transitioning to build a program at my high school for girls flag. With the way that girls flag was never something that we saw here in Miami until recently. So, it kind of skyrocketed. I do the boys side where I'm the offensive coordinator here for boys football, and then I'm the head coach for girls flag, and I'm going on to year 5, where
Man.
within my third year, my first 2 years we went 7-3 as a brand new program, and then the third year, I had crazy talent, and we won 20-1, and we were the first team to win a state
Damn.
championship in Dade County. So it's like I said, it's full circle. Just everything that I've been a part of to giving back and giving these girls opportunities, giving my boys opportunities to grow in this game of football and just in life in general. So it's a blessing, man.
Yeah, it really is, man. And I condemn you for it, brother. Everything you've done is like incredible, man. Honestly, like as a player, number one, you were a badass. So you were hard to stop. You won a national championship too. You can't give, don't forget that part. You won with those
Yeah,
days,
yeah,
man. You
yeah,
guys won.
yeah.
Don't
That's
forget
right.
that because that was, dude, that was
That was
well earned,
huge,
man. You
man. Yeah,
guys, yeah, dude, and it's amazing to watch, people that just really are dedicated to the game, man. You guys played for so long. I mean, dude, it was like a long battle, and you guys ran into a lot of great teams as well that were tough to beat, and you guys kept pushing through it, and you guys broke through, and you guys became national champions, man. I was so happy to see it, honestly. Like if
appreciate that,
if
man.
it's not my team, I'm always cheering for the next Miami team, and you guys were
Absolutely.
the team at the time, so it's like, man, I was so happy to see you be the Jayville team too, because I'm always against Duval, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it was
It's
crazy how
deeply
that
rooted, bro.
It was crazy how that tournament, like, we didn't even anticipate to play fives that weekend. Like, we were just like, it was Rudy's group and our group with
Yeah,
Willie and my guys, and we are like, yo, let's just like merge and see what happens. And Willie
you
played the
guys
best
killed it.
tournament ever, and it was just
Yeah.
a group of guys who were selfless. They didn't Whatever needed to get done got done, and it showed off that it was just every man for each other, man. We were all playing for each other, and yeah, that was great, man. That was a really cool experience, especially with Coco, that last one right before he
Yeah.
passed.
Yeah. Rest in
It was
peace,
nice
man. Yeah.
to experience that.
For sure, for sure. No, it's badass, dude. Kev, so tell me a little about how you got into flag football. I know you said you started really young. So how did that happen? Who put you in there? How did you stay so committed to it? I mean, because that's a long time playing, man. I thought I started young. You started really young.
Yeah, Walker Park in Hialeah, man. My parents took me to Walker to sign up. I was 4, about to turn 5. So like back then it was like the age gap was like 5 and 6, and then like 7,
Mhm.
9, 10, 12, so on and so forth up until you were like 17. And I went there with Coach Lenny. He was my first coach at Walker Park, and yeah, I was just naturally, a quick guy, run around, and it's just I just grasped the game so quick. I was hard to catch, and it's just something that I just fell in love with. My dad was always a big part of he was a baseball guy growing up, but he was always just pushing me to just just be competitive and play. And it was just something that as soon as I saw I was good at it, I just wanted to just keep taking this to the next level. So I played flag at the parks all the way up until late middle school. That's when I eventually transitioned into playing optimist at Miami Springs. On the tackle side, I was very blessed to be really good at flag, and I was like, well, let me take this to the next level and play tackle. And I did that, and I was again very gifted athletically, where I played everywhere on the field. I played quarterback, running back, everywhere on defense. I was just an asset everywhere that I played.
Yeah.
But I still play flag. Just it was just something that I loved. Like I wasn't against the contact. I was very, again, as a competitor, I love playing tackle. Again, I was blessed to get a scholarship and go play. I went for a year out of state and got to do that. But it was just something about the game of flag that I felt so confident and good at, with my skill set, that is something that I continue to do. But it was honestly, it was really Willie that was a huge role in kind of my growing up flag. His younger brother, I was close with his younger brother, in a sense, through our friend group, and he brought me out to Amelia one day, for Stritz's league at Amelia. And he's like, oh, I want you
Damn.
to play with my brother. I was probably like 18, 19. And I met Willie, and right away he was like, yo, you got to stop. If I tell you to run this route, this is the route you got to run. You got to stop. Right? And give me the ball. But he literally like broke down the game for me, and taught me the way of learning how to play fours. And I mean, I played with Willie. Like, if we could play right now, we would still play together. But we played legit
Easy.
11 years together nonstop.
Yeah.
So he kind of showed me the way as far as learning. I learned a lot through Rick when I had opportunities to play with Rick. But
Yeah.
I played this game for a good amount of time, and it's something that once it started growing to like the adult side, when I came back from college, and it was like we would travel and go out of state and play in these tournaments, I just started to realize, like, holy crap, this is huge. And then I saw you
Huge.
guys and Jaime and
Yeah.
Cascudo, all you guys playing on the USA team, and I'm like, oh my god, this is a thing. Like, there's actually
Right.
opportunity to play at a national level. And then we went to a tournament. I want to say it was right before I got accepted to go to the USA like trials kind of stuff. It was with AI, Coach AI. He in North Carolina.
Yeah.
We went with our Don't Sleep group, and we just balled. Like, we went there, and we played like three formats. We won two out of the three formats, and that was probably one of the best tournaments I had, where I just showcased, you know, that I was not just an offensive guy. I played a great role as a rusher. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
handoffs. I threw the ball well. I was making people miss. I was just, and on top of that, I'm never the guy to be. I felt like I've always been humble, but
Yeah.
I, I felt like I've always been a good teammate. Like, I was always happy to see my guys succeed and stuff like that. And that's one thing that USA really looks out for, is what kind of guy you are on and off the field. Um, so that kind of was my opportunity. And as soon as I got that call to be a part of like the 24 and the alternate and stuff, I really kind of I could of the Team USA. Unfortunately, injuries happened, and that kind of took me away from the game. But yeah, that was pretty much my path of how I got into the game, and how I just took that opportunity and went with it. And just yeah, this game of flag has shown me so much. It's
So
crazy, the
much.
opportunities, and
Yeah.
and the people you meet, the family, like the community, like you just said, like how we're all rooting for each other, like
Community, man.
the bonds that you got. Like, all my close friends, like most of like all my groomsmen for my wedding were like
Yeah.
nine of them were like all
Yeah.
like guys that I just met through flag. So it's just crazy, man.
It is. So, and dude, and this is like just it was such a it was just an exclusive, you'll have to play flag football and know about it. Now it's like a lot of people are hearing it outside of the flag world and are interested in it. So it's
Yep.
really cool.
Yep.
And man, who would have thought, right? Like, I remember the first time I heard about the USA team too. I think it was like 2012, 2010. I can't remember exact time. But being like, wait a second, I've been at that time I already been playing for like 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, how
Yeah.
come I never heard about it? And then George is like, oh no, we do this. I'm like, man, let's go. And he's like, of course,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's getting his guys. So man, it was incredible. And I definitely would have never thought Olympics. Like, I thought about for sure, like maybe a pro league, because there's been a couple of times that is it's been tried a couple times. It is attempted, but it just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
never took off because the NFL was never backing it. That was the biggest thing that was missing. Now that the NFL is backing it and Goodell is just like pushing it big time internationally because he's
Right.
using it as a tool, like almost like a little gateway drug that he's like, hey, look, check out this flag football stuff that's really awesome. And it's by the way, check out the NFL stuff we have going on in the US. So
Yeah.
they're pushing it big time. So yeah, I would have never thought. Did you ever think they would have gotten to this level? Kind
Absolutely
of,
not, man.
right?
Yeah, it's crazy to know that
It's
guys that we play
crazy.
against are gonna be 2028, in the big stage trying to get a gold medal. And yeah, man, I love
It's
it.
so awesome. It is, man. It's really cool, man. And then now the women's side too, like you said, it's like it wasn't even really a thing. I mean, it was they're always kind of around, but they were kind of like always like second. And now it's like, man,
Yep.
forget it. Like now it's not even a wave, it's a tsunami of like so many things happening right now. It's really impressive. And the women, one of the things that I've talked about with some of the folks that have jumped on here too is that there's no in this game is specific, there's no big separation from the women and the men's. Usually you see it like in the basketball or tackle football. It's because usually those games require like size and power. And it's like
Hmm.
flag football, you don't. Does it
You
help?
don't
Not
at
really.
all.
Size could be helpful, but power, that's out the door. So it's like there's nothing missing besides the athletic ability, the quickness, speed, which now we're seeing all these girls come from Division 1 sports, from playing basketball or playing lacrosse, and then they're crossing over trying out flag. There's
Yep.
nothing missing. The
Yep.
excitement
Yep.
is there, the hands are there, like the speed, the arm strength. So that's
The
why it's
skill
like
set
it's
is
growing so fast,
crazy.
right? And so it's so awesome to see. I mean, do you see that too, right? It's not just me,
No, 1,000%, man. It's
right?
it's it's insane. The like I said, the skill set. Like I get some of my girls in my travel programs, like when they're getting ready to go to college, or even if they're still in my program, like we're signing up to play in a men's league. Like I could care less that you're a woman or you're an 18-year-old girl.
Yeah,
Like you're playing in it, and some of the guys show up like, oh, we playing these girls, and then they're like, whoa, holy crap, like I can't pull her flag. Like I like this girl's got hands like that. Like there is
yeah,
no separation. You said it perfect. There is none. Like these girls can play just as well. These women are extremely talented. A lot of the sports, like you said, that they play growing up, it translates right into the game of flag. It's insane though, and it's so good. Like the fact that I'm coaching the girls, it's something I enjoy so much. I love coaching the guy side. Don't get me wrong. I love football
sure,
in general. Like I'm an offensive
yeah.
mind, so like being the OC here at Palmetto, like I love what we do, and it can become so creative. But like coaching the girls is completely a whole other element that I
Yeah.
I embrace because I love to see even the youth. Like we go to these tournaments, I see these 6, 7, 8-year-old girls, and I'm like, oh my god, like you're gonna be a beast when you get to high school. Like they're so good, man, and it's. I commend those
It's
girls
awesome.
for being so having so much courage to just go out there and showcase that talent.
It's so awesome to see that. It's exciting, man, because it's like you almost don't expect it, but then when you see it, you're like, and that's why it's so shocking. It's like, yeah, it's like it's just one of those things that capture you, and like you're just like, oh man, this is really
Yep.
exciting. And
Yep.
I think let me ask you this question because this is something that I had planned for later, where I think it kind of goes well. It's like, what would you say that if somebody to watch, a team like yourself, like your team, or even like the U.S. team, like what is something that they'll probably observe for the first time and be like, oh, this is not what I anticipated. Like, what do you think is some things that they'll observe from watching a high level team?
I mean, one is I think when a lot of people see just a women's team in general that some of them just think it's going to be very simple and basic, like they're still learning the game.
Yeah.
But the way that some of these people who have taken that role to be a coach for these girls, and they're showing them really how this game can grow, and the understanding of the game, like once the girls start to understand the dynamic of the handoff, the pitchback game, the double quarterback, and all this stuff, like they're amazed at how like the joy that the girls have because they're having so much fun because they get it. It's so
Yeah.
simple to them. So it's like they're very impressed. Like, holy crap, like you're doing this to me. Like I'm still on the basics. So like the fact that these girls are understanding the spaces and the windows, and then like I got
Yeah.
a girl that's about 6 feet, and she's jumping off the roof, like just snagging balls over people's head, and like the excitement that they bring. They're just different animals when they get onto the field. Like they could be the
Right.
they could be a nice young lady off the field, and then when they get on and they put them flags and them
It's a
cleats on, they're
lioness.
it's a different breed. So it's
Yeah,
uh the excitement, the way that they carry themselves, that they carry themselves with a swagger. So it's like expect the unexpected. Like when some of these people see a lot of these top tier programs play on the girls side, it's very impressive. And like you even said, like the way some girls throw, like some of them are very unorthodox, or like the way they get the
yeah.
ball. It's crazy to just see like, yo, this talent, like these girls have this skill set that some people would just never think, and it's incredible to see, man.
It is, and I think one of the shockers too, for sure, is that there's not there's anything missing from the man side. Like you're gonna see the exciting, you're gonna see the jump balls, you're gonna see the speed. I
You're gonna
think that's
see it,
another
yeah.
one too. Is like you're gonna see that you're like,
It's
whoa, hold on, these
the
girls are
same kind
really
of
fast.
wiggles that some girls got.
Yeah. It's really wild, man. So yeah, I agree, man. I'm so glad you brought that up because it's like I know that's exactly what's going to happen, and when everybody outside of the flag world starts seeing these high level teams, they're going to be like, "Wow, this is exciting! I didn't expect it to be this amazing." And that's what happens to everybody, honestly. From what I see, is every time they come and watch the high level teams, they're like, "Man, this game is so much faster than I thought it was," and it's so exciting because there's so much happening at one time, but like a fast level. So yeah. So anyways, thanks
And
for sharing.
my
Yeah,
bad to cut you off. It's
you're
crazy
good.
because it's like the fact that, like I said, I grew up playing with Willie and with Rick, and like Cajita was a huge play, that box play that I learned in fives, and we transferred it into a sevens play, and I'm sure it was already a sevens play, but like I introduced it
Yeah,
to my girls, and like I go back talking to that game that we won states.
sick.
A lot of the teams have caught up, but like I would say I was probably one of the first within the sevens high school division that I was incorporating the double pass, the double
Yeah.
quarterback, and that state game we were down in the third fourth quarter, and we ran Cajita on 4th and 10, and it was Ava, Willie's daughter, threw a 45-yard bomb touchdown off of
Sheesh.
Cajita, and we scored. And that right there was the game changer, because right when we scored off of Cajita, we went and we got a pick six, and that was how we won that state championship. But then a lot of coaches came up to me and they're like, "Yo, like they asked me the year after, can you do a clinic of just how you run your offense or your offensive mindset?" And like I said, I'm not where it's like, no, I'm not showing you what I do. I want people to learn the game and grow. And
Yeah.
how can they make it? Yeah, like how can you grow from what I did?
Yeah.
But the amount of people that came up to me and were just like, "Yo, like what you did and how you put your girls in positions to be successful, and just running stuff that nobody would have ever thought that you would have ran in those situations." But like I said, the girls bought in. The girls bought into, like, this is how we run the play. This is what we're looking for. And it wasn't just like they were running it hoping to have something open up. Like they knew, like, this is how we're gonna execute it. And it was just like I said, going back to the mindset, they weren't nervous. They were just like, "Coach put me in this situation. This is what I'm gonna do." And then, it's so cool
They
to
trust
just,
it.
yeah, trust those reps and reps and reps, and then put it
Yeah.
into a real game setting and see them execute. It's awesome, man.
It is. It is. It is awesome to see how, man. And by the way, I don't think it's a coincidence that we're seeing so many Miami coaches or
Yep.
ex-players become coaches, and then their teams are successful. I don't think that that's
Yep.
a coincidence. I think that Miami, through the years of us playing so much, we were playing what 3, 4 times a week, and it's like it's starting to show that like all the stuff that we've put in, all that work, all the sacrifices, all the time we
Thousand
played
percent.
our experience because and I'm like you, Kev, too. It's like, dude, you could have all the plays you want, like it's fine, you can have them. Like what really matters is the experience and how to adjust. So it's like I can give you a million plays, sure, but do you know when you're gonna need to use them? Do you know
Yep.
when is
Exactly.
it gonna up, the timing, the
And do
spacing?
you have the right
I'll give you
personnel to do
plays.
it? Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So when people ask me for plays, that's how I started my little flag football page. Now it's like, man, people are asking me for plays all the time. I'm like, yo, this is driving me crazy. I'm like, guys, first of all, you might not even be able to run this because you might not have the personnel. But also, it's like, let's understand the concepts behind these things. Like, why does
Hmm.
this play work? I could try to tell you that, and then you could understand. You could create a play to understand why it works, and then that's kind of how we all work in Miami. I think from my experience, I know that's how everybody thinks. That's why
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
usually successful in that area. But dude, it's badass, man. By the way, congrats on everything you've done in high school. I
Thank you,
can't. By the
bro.
way, I can't wait to get out there and meet everybody because that program is you guys are killing it. And it's because of you guys, man. Is Johan still with you out there?
Johan's doing the raw girls with me. That's something that he's been trying
Okay.
to push forward, because it raw is like a whole guy side, but he's been trying to push it, and then finally they kind of like backed him up, and the exposure for these girls through Raw is amazing. And then I'm
Awesome.
doing South
Yeah.
Florida Elite as well through Willie
Yeah.
and Alice.
Yeah.
So again, it's just giving these girls opportunities and stuff like that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Now I got to get with Willie. He owes me one. We couldn't connect this week because he had a lot of
Yeah,
stuff,
you
but
you
he's
you
coming
got
out
you
here
got to
for
come
sure.
out to
Yeah.
one
No,
of our
for sure.
practices or something.
For sure, for sure. He's coming on, man. He owes me though, because we had a schedule, but then like this week he had all the stuff going
Yeah,
on in
he's
Orlando
nonstop
and
too, man.
traveling. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, no, he's always coaching, man. He loves it.
yeah.
Kev, so brother, you've always had the pressure when you're playing at a high level team. So when you're playing, in the national championship as a player, when you're as a coach, you have a lot of pressure. So I want you to kind of specifically tell me what the difference did, if there was any, when you put on that USA shirt for the first time in 2021 and you went to Israel. Like, tell me what that felt like wearing the USA, jersey.
I mean, the first thing was the fact that I got to put that on. I just kept thinking back, like I'm representing like not just USA, but I just went back to like my home. Like it was everybody back in my hometown, like all my guys, my family, my wife, like everybody just back home in Miami. Like the fact that when I got that opportunity, the amount of support that I had, that they were like so happy, like yo, finally, like you got the
Yeah,
recognition you needed, like I felt like I could not let them down. So it
yeah,
wasn't just USA in general. Like it really hit home. Like I just gotta make sure like I'm holding my own, and I'm holding myself to a high standard. I'm gonna be accountable, but I'm making everybody back home know that like I'm still the same guy. I'm still gonna go out there and be the best teammate. I'm not gonna be like just be worried about myself. Like I was given the opportunity to go out there, as an alternate, whatever needs to be done. Like I'm gonna take that and run with it. So it was like at first that role of I was an alternate. I didn't know what that was gonna come with. I didn't know what my playing time was gonna be. I didn't know, but it's like it translates to me like as a coach now is what I tell all my girls, all my guys. Like this game is an opportunity based game. Like you can't be dwelling on like why am I not in or why didn't I get the ball thrown. Like you get an opportunity, you gotta get like when that opportunity comes, you gotta shine. You can't think like, oh, what about the next opportunity? No, like you might get the ball
yeah,
thrown at you one time. You might get that time like, hey, I need you to rush right now on 3rd and 10, and that's got to be your best rush. So it's like going back to like, the pressure or anything. I never really play with pressure. I always knew that anytime I play a competitive game, there's going to be a winner and a loser, and I just got to deal with it. But it's what did I do within those opportunities I was on the field, and then what did I do when I was off the field? Like as much as I want to be on the field and I want the ball in my hands, there were a lot of moments throughout the my time in Israel where I was on the sideline and I was just waiting for my number to get called, but I never let that phase the way I handle my character, how I handle myself. I was, trying to be the best supportive teammate, talking to the guys, yo, what'd you guys see on defense? Like, hey, I think they're doing this. I just wanted to just be a helping hand, like, and that's just who I am. So, you know, p- pressure for me was just it is what it is. Like whatever the situation is, if I'm on, like I'm gonna give you my best effort, and I'm gonna try to do whatever I can to help the team. So that's just always been my
yeah,
mindset, and that's kind of how I usually, treat my coaching style. Like you girls, you guys, you got to stop dwelling on the last play. We could talk about that at halftime, during a timeout. We'll talk about that tomorrow during film. But like right now is what are you gonna do right now? When your name is called, your number is called. Um, but yeah, just having the USA on my chest, man, that was just so cool to
yeah,
represent and just showcase that there's a reason my name got put on this list. So what am I gonna do with it
yeah.
now?
Yeah. And dude, I love the way you say that because I think you handled the pressure very well, right? Where it's like you're seeing it as a good thing. A lot of people see it as a potential bad thing, like it's a lot of weight on their shoulders, and that hinders them from performing very well. There's an expression that I've loved is pressure is a privilege, and it does for me. I always saw it that way as well, where it's like, man, I always was hyper focused during the pressure moments where I perform well. Where it's like you have
Yeah,
to. This is
you
an
want the pressure.
opportunity. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it just give you hyper focus and you're able to perform at your best. If you see it that way, if you choose to see it on the opposite side, it's going to take you down that road too. So that's why you perform well during these pressure moments, supposedly, right? So that's really awesome that you explained it very well. Nobody has said that yet, so that's really good. Thank you for that.
yeah, man. Ball's in my hand and I don't make the play, then that's on me. I just got to live with it. You get me? Like,
Yeah,
ball's in
for
my hand,
sure.
in my head, I'm like, yo, I'm making the play.
Your
I don't
turn.
care. Like, by all means.
Yeah.
And if I
Especially
don't,
in the
then,
USA team.
yeah,
There's so many studs that is like every time I stepped out of the field, I wanted Kevin to get in there and do that thing that he would do against me. That was really great. I wanted him to do
yeah,
that to everybody
yeah,
else.
yeah,
Get out there and show
yeah,
off. Like I love that. Like
yeah,
so it's like, and it's such a unique thing too. Like when you first play in the US team, you have guys from all over the nation that potentially were your, your enemy or your nemesis that you would battle against in the national tournaments. And then you finally become teammates. At first, you're like, oh, okay, this is a little tough, but within that
yeah.
first couple of practices, you start clicking because then you start respecting them for their
Of
strengths,
course,
and then you want
of
them to
course.
shine too. So it's such a cool, it's a really unique experience, man. I always loved it because I loved it when you walked into a room. Go
And then just
ahead.
being out there with no, just being out there with the other countries, like there was also
Yeah,
that standard that it was like you guys were the team to beat. Like USA, like we had the chip on our shoulder where it's like if we lose, like, oh man, all eyes are on us. But like going back to what you just said, like on the field, we would be like, yeah, we don't care who we're playing, we're gonna beat them. But then it was so cool to just after, like when the games were over, like the amount of respect from all these other countries because we were the team to look up to. Like we were
that's
the
right.
standard
We
of
were the
of
standard.
flag football. So to
Yeah.
see all of them come up and be like, man, like I love your game, or like we're trading jerseys or we're taking pictures and
Yeah.
stuff. Like it was just so cool, just the bond that everybody at the end of the day, flag football, no matter like you said, no matter what, you and me will go at it, Manny, and we'll get in each other's face or whatever. But when the game was over, that flag community all around, like we all love on each other and we want to support each other and see the best.
Immediately. Man, I'll tell you, there's a lot of memories I have, but one of the ones that sticks out the most for sure was the first time that we played in the US team. And man, it was definitely an awkward thing because it's like as soon as you stepped out of the bus, all eyes were on you, number one. They're watching you to see if you're practicing, if whatever you're doing. And then on the field, it's like you have no cheerleaders. It's like literally every team is against you watching,
Yep,
and
yep,
the other team would score and it would be cheering, and then you scored nothing. So it's like
yep.
that thing happening, but then we will get to the finals. And the awkward part was like when we won, I'm like, oh, finally, this is over, man. We played 11 games or whatever it was. And then somebody's asking you for your jersey. And I'm like, what? I haven't had that. Can I have your cleats? I'm like, I need these cleats. What are you talking about? Like,
Yeah,
no. So it
yeah.
was a unique experience. But that part that it was like the after party after we won is like, man, all the teams, like just hundreds of people want to just talk to you and be your friend. It was like such a really man, enlightening, just humbling experience that I'll never forget for sure. That our
Thousand
community is
percent.
it's so unique, but now it's like even spreading more because there's so many
Mhm.
people that are just being exposed to it. Man, just the other day, my 12-year-old little one, like all her little friends, they're not into flag football, but now they are. Now they're like, oh, hey, our school's playing flag. Can we play flag? Hey, do you know? It's like there's so many people that I don't anticipate or and didn't anticipate playing flag football that are coming in now. So
Yep.
it's such a unique time right now that it's really cool. I think it's the time for this to happen. That's why I'm putting this together now because I think it's a
Yeah,
time
man. I love
for
it.
everybody
I
to
love
talk
it.
about it, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Kev. You're the best, brother. I got a couple more questions and I'll let you go, man.
You good,
This
man?
is
You
about
good?
coaching. This is about coaching. So, at what moment did you feel like, well, I feel like I know the answer because you just told me about your injury, but was there a moment where you're like, hey, man, I think this is my time to start giving back even more than you had in the past? But what made you really kind of now focus on what you're doing now on the coaching side of things?
Yeah, I mean, my coaching career really started at 19 when I came back from college. So I spent a year at Elmhurst College in Chicago, played a little Division 3. I think I got a little bit complacent when I came back home during that like winter time and stuff like that, and I decided to just step away from playing tackle football. Whatever my reasons were financially and comfort being back home, so on and so forth. But a lot of it was my head coach, Coach Monasco, at my high school. Right when I kind of came back from like letting him know, like, look, I'm not gonna continue my college career. I'm just gonna, be a student and figure out what I want to do. I probably want to do something in education. I was always like PE or like working with special ed. So those were my two like things that I had a passion for. And right away he was like, well, why don't you just, coach here at your alma mater or whatever. And I did it
Yeah.
for 2 years. So 2011 was like my first time coaching. I was just a receivers coach, and I've been with him since. He's the head coach here at Miami Palmetto. So when he left my high school, which was Westland Hialeah in 2014, they brought me over to Miami Palmetto, and I've been doing boys football here at Palmetto since 2014. We're going on year 12 now. Um, and I've always been a receivers coach. I did girls basketball, just because I understood the game of girls basketball, and I've always wanted to coach the girls
Yeah.
side. But I kind of dropped that once flag started becoming a thing. And it was one girl in particular, Tara. She plays for Willie at Baker. She's a quarterback there. She was one of my
Okay.
students, and she was a girl who was just like, man, coach, well, all these schools around us have flag football. Why don't we have flag football? And I'm like, you know what? You're right. And I went to my AD and I said, hey, we need to have just a meeting, an interest meeting to see if we could start a girls flag program. And they gave me the run around like, oh, field space. We have too many spring sports, this and that. I go, can we just have a meeting and see what the interest is like? I had 85 girls show up.
Dang.
85 girls.
That was
Now, did all
tremendous.
85 show up to my tryouts? I probably had like 60, 50
That's
something
still a
show up
hell
to
of a lot,
tryouts or
man.
whatever. But
Damn.
but right when they saw the interest, I'm like Mr. Batten, we got to do this. Like, we got to have a program. Like, you're not hiring just a guy who's like wants to get the sport. Like, I know the game. I know I got talent. Like, we're gonna compete right away. And he gave me that opportunity. And like I said, my opportunity, I ran with it, and I dropped the girls basketball, and I stuck with the boys side because I can't give up the game of football that I love. So I still
Yeah.
do the boys now. I got promoted last year to being offensive coordinator. So it's funny, a lot of once we won states in girls flag. A lot of the coaches were like, "So, are you gonna start doing all these like trick plays you do in girls flag and bring it to the boys side?" And to be honest, we did. We ran a version of cajita in the boys side. Like, we did some hook and laterals and fun
Yeah.
stuff. But ultimately, it's like once kids buy in and they're having fun, they're gonna do whatever they want, like to
Yep.
have your back. So it was so cool, and I think that was kind of like my calling. Like, once I kind of like started coaching the guys, it was something I wanted to do. But like last year when I the coach job, it put like I'm good at this. Like, I could really get these guys to buy in. But it was really that 2021, 2022 year with the girls side that when I got the program and we were successful and we just started to grow, and then I started joining the South Florida Elite with Willie, um, and we were very successful my first year. Like, we won almost every tournament, and then all those girls that played travel for me, they were like, coach, I want to play for you. Like, I'm leaving my high
Yeah.
school to go play for you. So I had
That's
girls
sick. Wow.
like the fact that they left their school and they were like, we're
Yeah.
good at
Wow.
that. It was more like, I don't want to play at my school. I want to play under you. And I think that was like the calling where it was like this is where I home. Like, the boys are the boys, but the girls' side is like the game of flag play for me, and seeing that they have success, and then the college opportunities growing. Um, so I think all of that just kind of was that movement where I just realized like this is what I got to do, and obviously the injury, but I just kind of like I backed away, and I'm like, I need to give back. I think I have so
Yeah.
much knowledge and skill, and the skill set
For
and
sure.
how a lot of people coach and they just coach and talk, but I could also visually coach and show, and I compete with the girls, and they're like, damn, coach, you can still move and you can do this. I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm trying to get you to
Hell
do.
yeah.
So once they buy in, I think that's ultimately
Yeah.
been the thing where it's kind of like, this is what I got to do moving forward.
Yeah, there's so much that you could get out of giving, right? It's like sometimes we don't understand it until we actually do the thing. You've been doing it for a while, so you know more than anybody. It's that giving back gives us joy. So it's like the more you give back, the more joy you get from watching them succeed. So it's like I
Yep.
remember that happened to me too. When I stopped playing, that competitor in you still want to compete and believe you could do these things, but it's like, man, at the end of the day, there's gonna be a day that you're gonna have to stop. Like, you
Yeah,
can't run
yeah.
around with 20-year-olds at 45. Like, it's just not gonna be successful how you were. So it's like transitioning into what you're doing it's perfect, especially that you have the IQ, you got the experience. So it's like you're gonna succeed immediately, man. And I'm happy to see that you were able to do that transfer because I right now I have seen some athletes that were at the highest level and now they're transition out of it and they're like in a funk because they
Yep.
identify so much with being a high level player that is that they're still kind of stuck there and they feel sad because they can't compete or can't make the US team or whatever it is, that they're just stuck in that sadness. But if they could just give back, that fixes everything. It really
Hmm.
does.
Yeah,
So
man.
appreciate you, man. Kev, brother, we could talk forever, man. I appreciate you. I
I
don't want
know,
to
I
hold up
know,
too
I
much of your
know.
time. We literally
I
could,
hope,
especially that I haven't seen you in a while, man. We could keep
yeah,
talking
man.
all day. But I
Hopefully,
definitely, yeah, what's that, bud?
no, no, I'm just saying, hopefully, any of the input, on my side is
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
benefit what you got going on, and
Yeah, man, for sure, for
any way
sure.
I can help, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for
Yeah,
looking
man.
out and
No,
thinking of
I
me.
definitely. Yeah, definitely want to highlight your program, man. I want to highlight your high school program and what you guys got going on over there. And then obviously I want to also do South Florida Elite. So I want to highlight both of your program and you're a big part of both of them. So definitely we'll
Absolutely,
be
man.
connected with you in the near future, man. I really appreciate you jumping on and
Yeah,
helping
man.
me out with this. This is huge. Thank you, brother.
Well, whenever you're free, man, you link up with me and Willie, and you can come out to a practice, talk to the girls, or
I will. I
set
will
up
for
set up
sure.
some drills, whatever you want to do, man. We'll make it work.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah,
Great
man.
talking
I
to you, man.
appreciate
You
you
have
too,
a good
bro. Yes,
weekend,
sir.
okay?
Yeah,
All
man.
right,
You
Kev.
too.
Later, bud.
Yeah, man.
Take
Later,
care.
bro.